I'm going to tell you about something. Images with data stored inside them. And you might ask, what are you rambling on about now, Linus? Are you talking about like crazy magic eye pictures? Or something more sinister? No, actually, what I'm talking about is something very mundane. Barcodes. Those like square, liney images found on everything from cereal boxes to serial killers that store information in sequences of lines that can be read and interpreted by machines. But where did they come from? Well, Norman Joseph Woodland, inspired by a conversation that he overheard and taking inspiration from Morse code's dots and dashes, theorized that by shining a bright light at a series of elongated dots and dashes, then using a machine to read the pattern of light reflection back to a receiver, remember, black absorbs light and white reflects it, one could quickly read stocking codes for groceries, dramatically simplifying records keeping and speeding up the customer experience in one fell swoop. Well, the theory was solid, but in practice, while it did work, the first attempt was the size of a desk and used a 500-watt bulb that got so hot it could light paper on fire. Not exactly practical to deploy for price checks in the aisles at the local Toys R Us, am I right? But the proof of concept was enough that when combined with laser technology, a 1 milliwatt helium neon laser in the early days, and more recently those super awesome disco dance party ones that be all like, yo, that's a jar of Marmite from any angle within a fraction of a second, barcodes became the most efficient way to quickly read a string of alphanumeric characters. But while all barcodes look pretty darn similar to the naked eye and share common features like a start and end code so they can be read correctly regardless of orientation, there are a variety of different standards with different characteristics, with UPC being the most common, that encode data in different fashions and can only be read by compatible scanners and software. So watch out for that when you're creating barcodes to itemize your stamp collection. Another thing that all barcodes share is that, practically speaking, they are limited to about 20 alphanumeric characters. That, my friends, is where QR, or quick response codes, developed in 1994, come in. These consist of black dots arranged in a square grid on a white background, and they've got a couple of significant advantages. While the venerable barcode functions in just one dimension, QR codes work in both the horizontal and vertical and can hold up to 350 times the information of a UPC barcode, with finer or higher DPI prints capable of holding more information than fuzzy ones. On top of that, they have built-in error correction, making them less susceptible to damage from water, wear and tear, or killer penguins, and this was more relevant before phone cameras got so badass, they are much easier to read with a camera versus a specialized reader, meaning that throwing a QR code onto your product will allow a marketer to direct smartphone-equipped shoppers to see more detailed product information, check out educational videos, and more. Cool, right? So what does the future hold for the barcode, though? It's hard to say. 40 years of dominance would suggest that it's not going to be completely overthrown anytime soon, but that doesn't mean that time is standing still. And 3D codes, where height can also be used to store data, already exist, but with the way that 24/7 internet connectivity and cloud-based image recognition are advancing, I'd say a more likely long-term replacement, even if we're still a few years away from it, is simply pointing your camera, or looking forward even further, your augmented reality glasses or contact lenses at something and having its key stats show up in your peripheral vision. So it'll be kind of like Tinder, but for everything. Speaking of the future and looking forward, wouldn't it be cool if instead of like sitting at your desktop computer at the end of the day and crunching all of your accounting for your small or home business, you could just do that stuff while you're on the go with your smartphone, using an online tool that's always connected? Oh right, FreshBooks. All the little details about your cash flow and your business can be kept in one place with FreshBooks. You can do things like log your hours, show a full history of each invoice, and even snoop on your clients to see if they viewed that invoice, at which point there is no excuse for not having paid it, and billing them through FreshBooks via credit card directly. So FreshBooks is basically the tool that lets you spend the time doing what you're supposed to be doing, working, as opposed to fussing about with paperwork. And you can get started today by heading over to freshbooks.com/techquickie, entering TechQuickie in the How Did You Hear About Us section, and starting a free trial now. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you disliked it, well, there's the other button too. Leave a comment with video suggestions for future Fast as Possibles, and as always, don't forget to subscribe and follow for more videos just like this one.